Alright guys, it is time for my new top 10 roller coasters I have ridden. Sorry guys, in this video if I sound a bit weird. It's right in the morning, so yeah. But just so you know, this is all my opinion, so please don't bash me. I mean, you can if you want, but yeah. This is all my opinion. And this was a very hard list to put together. There are some coasters that I just wish could make this list that don't, and are very low. Now, the number 10 spot may cause a bit of controversy. This is Griffin at Busch Gardens, Williamsburg. Guys, fun fact, this is actually my mom's favorite roller coaster. And my Uncle Kenny will probably get raged over this, but yeah. This ride, I mean, don't get me wrong, I love it. Like, it's a really good ride. But, I don't know. It just didn't do much for me. Like I would happily marathon it, but I don't know. It just felt like something was missing. Which, it's a dive coaster, which I've heard bad things about them. So, maybe that's why, but yeah. Didn't do much for me. Taking the number 9 spot is Intimidator at Carowinds. Intimidator is one of those rides that is just fun. Like, some people say it's trash, which I'm not very fond of those people. I don't really like them. Because this ride is really fun. And if you're in the front row, you're going to get some amazing floater airtime on these big hills. If you're in any other row, it's just about, like, kind of flying around. But this front row is amazing. So this is definitely a front row ride, but it's a solid coaster. Very overhated. Alright guys, this is the coaster that I rode in my King's Dominion trip recently. It is Dominator at King's Dominion. This ride is just fun. Like, it's actually pretty intense. Like, this turn right here, that's really cool. I found a bit of headbanging on it. It's only on the vertical loop though. But this Cobra roll was so smooth, like I loved it. B&M killed it with this ride. This ride is amazing, and I would happily marathon this ride. So yeah. Number 7 is going to be Alpengeist at Busch Gardens, Williamsburg. Alpengeist is actually a really fun ride, and actually pretty forceful. Afterburn is definitely more forceful, but not definitely, but this ride is just forceful, it's intense, like, that means the same thing, but, yeah, it's just an all-around just fun ride. Oh, the Cobra roll did mess me up the first time I rode it, then I was prepared for it. So, yeah, you cannot miss this at Busch Gardens, Williamsburg. It is awesome. Taking the number 6 spot is Apollo's Chariot. Apollo's Chariot is, yeah, it's definitely an elite hyper. Sorry, Logan from Coaster Kids, but it is. Like, this thing gets a lot of airtime. If you're in the back row, like, when you're going down those hills, you just get flung out of your seat. I was gonna ride the front row, but it was in the rain, and then they closed the ride right as I got into the front row, which I was very mad about. But, yeah, so I only got one ride on this, but from that one ride, I can definitely tell this is an elite hyper. Alright guys, now we are at the top 5. Now, these coasters are almost interchangeable. Like, these coasters are pretty close. But I recently got to ride a new coaster. But, yeah. We have a coaster that has been very close to my heart for a while. And a newcomer that has come. And a thing that was themed to snakes. But we have something that has changed, and yeah. But letting go of your number 1 can be really hard. But guys, I didn't want to have to do this, but guys, taking the number 5 spot is Fury 3. Guys, this coaster is awesome, but you gotta Like, this coaster was my number one for almost 2 or 3 years. So, letting go of that was really hard, but yeah. This coaster is just all around amazing. It's so fast, like it's awesome. But now I have to accept that there are coasters that are better than it, and it's a fact, but yeah. So I don't want to talk about this anymore. And taking the number 4 spot is Copperhead Strike. And actually, a few months ago when I rode it in March for the first time, I put it right at the number 4 spot. Like I really thought it was good, but it wasn't as good as better than Fury. Anywhere close. But now I rode it in the summer and at night and stuff, and I realized this thing has got so many snappy transitions, and it's just so intense. It's just really fun, and it's definitely an amazing coaster. Just make sure you ride it when you're at Carowinds. Top 50 worth. And guys, look what coaster made this list. It is Lightning Rod at number 3. Guys, you guys probably weren't, if it was going to be any lower, then you guys were going to definitely think that it wasn't here, and you guys would have raged. But I still haven't ridden it again, but I've been looking at a lot of POVs of it, and I noticed it is better than most of the coasters that are on here. And after I got to another RMC coaster that I will be talking about later, I realized how just nuts this thing must be. So yeah, taking the number 3 spot is now Twisted Timbers at the number 2 spot at King's Dominion also. This is just an amazing ride. Like, look at this little airtime hill. Look at this giant turn. This giant turn is really forceful, and those little airtime hills, they're so, like, laterally, and if that's a word, and airtimey, like, oh my god, like, it's laterals with airtime, like, it's cool. That makes me really excited for the Steel Vengeance Outer Bank turn. But, yeah, I'm getting off track. But this ride is awesome. Like, here's the Trip Track Double Up, right here. Which, that's amazing, and then, yeah, we've got all the big airtime moments and stuff. It's just an amazing ride, and there's all, but, yeah. Let's get into the number 1. Alright, you guys guessed it. It is Intimidator 305 at number 1. Guys, this, what do I even say? Like, this coaster's so intense. Like, I blacked out every single time I rode it. And, yeah, a front row night ride on this thing, that is unbeatable. Like, I don't see anything passing this anytime soon. But but yeah, this ride is just crazy. And, guys, all these new coasters I rode, I just realized how many, I need to get new coaster credits, because that made me so much happier, and, guys, yeah. But, now I did Twisted Timbers, and I'm really looking forward to Steel Vengeance now, because, oh my god, that's like 2 or 3 times the size. I'm like, oh my god. So, yeah. It ain't my fault. Just made me trip.